and welcome to Monash Connections for Change. My name is Gusti Renaldi, or Didi, and I am the International Alumni Manager based in Jakarta, Indonesia. Today, it gives me a great pleasure to introduce Dr. Irvan Arief. Irvan is the head of research scientist at Tokopedia. It is one of the leading unicorn startups based in Indonesia. Today, we're going to be doing a short interview around the topic of work-life harmony. I also would like to thank Monash alumni community for submitting their questions. Irvan, thank you so much for joining with us today.
Thank you, Didi, for this opportunity within the Monash University alumni in Connection for Change program to share some of my expertise.
And to get started, Irvan, could you please share with us your insight about what is work-life harmony?
I believe work-life balance, this term is very overused. And now, because of the pandemic COVID-19, now we start embracing the new normal of working from home. I think now it is the best time to practice work-life harmony. What is harmony? So harmony, by definition, is an order or congruity of all parts to their whole existence. What do I mean by this one? Life have a lot of components. Your family, your friend, religious practice, or if you have commitment, hobbies. Maybe you do volunteer work. You join political involvement. There is entertainment. And there is all other ordinary chores that you have to do. How can you adjust different components of your life into one single work-life harmonious action?
What we can do to achieve work-life harmony, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic?
That's a very good question. Think about this one. Life, our life is like a piano. The white keys represented all your professional part, and the blacks shows your personal portion. As you go through all the life journey, like the pianist playing the piano, remember that both keys are important and play together to give a beautiful music. And then to put this analogy higher, even higher, think about a big grand orchestra. When we talk about the orchestra, there is a violin, there is a piano, there is a guitar, there is a drum, etc. Each one of these musical instruments is part of your life. So the violin can be your career or your work. The piano can be your friend. The guitar can be your family. And with this kind of concept, then when you watch an orchestra performance, you can see that all the musical instrument is playing together, assembling into a good, beautiful, harmonious music. And when we talk about our life, it is something similar like that. We never see that the violin need to be played from 9 to 6, and then it stop, and then move to the piano and so on. It will not become harmonious anymore. And so, also with our life as well. Now, the question is like, how can we apply this concept, this paradigm into our daily life? So I can give you several examples. So for example, exercise is very important. Then we have a habit of doing a morning exercise. Let's take it from 8 to 9 in the morning. Sometimes in the past, when you do the exercise, you need to cool down your body. So after you do the exercise, you take a break, cooling down. Then you take a shower. After that, you start your working with meeting, etc. But imagine if you're doing your exercise from 8 to 9. After that, from 9, you start your daily catch-up meeting with your colleague. But your body is cooling down at the same time. So once the meeting finishes, the cooling down process is finished as well. And you can move on with taking a shower and other things as well. So within the same amount of time, you achieve multiple different things. Another example from my team member. For the person that have a family and the kids as well, during this COVID-19 pandemic, the school is closed. So the kids need to study from home as well. And your study from home time, you cannot put it until evening time. So how can you intermingle? You can book your family time. You're teaching your kids for the school material, maybe in noon, around 1 or 2 p.m. That's okay, but make sure you book it into your working calendar so your college is aware that you are occupied at the time as well. So you can put your personal into your professional and make sure everything is make a harmonious lifestyle. Another good example is attending a seminar. The old habit of attending a seminar, usually you need to travel, entering the seminar room to listening to the expert or the speaker for maybe 1-2 hours and then traveling back. But now with the working from home and physical distance activity, you can attend the seminar at home. So imagine if you attend the seminar at the same time you can do other things like cooking or doing exercise or other things as well, because all the meetings are not created equal. Of course, there is other meeting or exercise or task that demand your 100% attention, and you shouldn't split your attention for those kind of meeting. So achieving the work-life harmony is a better way to become a well-rounded person. And remember, everything is a conscious choices. And how can you adjust your time to be more harmonious between your personal and your professional life?
And as for the final question is, what are the things that we need to be aware of while pursuing work-life harmony?
Okay, so there's a couple of things that you need to be aware of, and you need to put your attention with. I can think of three important things. So the first one is be careful of overworking. A bad practice of work-life harmony can result into working in the overwork time, which means that it's not good for your body and for your health as well. And because during COVID-19, people has been living under increasing anxiety and fear. Fear, there's a lot of fear. Fear of catching the disease, fear of losing a job is very true now, and fear of boredom could be. The brain goes into a survival mode because of those fears and tell the body to act accordingly. Remember, this is a new thing for everybody. This pandemic is something unknown, uncertain, could be dangerous as well. The brain sees as a threat and automatically activates our defense mechanism to survive. This survive mode is what triggers the anxiety, the fears, and alertness, and can causing a lot of bad habit, including sleep disorder. And then you can wake up in the middle of the night and then you think about your work and continue doing work and cause you to do overwork, because a long-term working from home causing you to hard to quantify your work as well. And that's why you need to be mindful of this one. The second part that I can think of that you need to be aware of is you need to set the target early, and this one can solve your overworking problem. When you set the target early, for example, for me, I set the task that I want to achieve every week during Sunday evening to Monday morning. The other good habit is like you can set it every morning for the whole day. What do you want to achieve for that whole day? When you have this kind of set the target early, you put things more in control. You know when to start, you know when to stop when you already achieve the target. Remember, now it's not about what time you deliver, because with the work-life harmony, you can work in the morning, you can work in the afternoon, and then you can adjust a lot of things. But how much can you deliver? And that's why you need to put a certain target beforehand. Supervisor will and can see the progress from your result that you deliver. And then the third part that everybody need to be aware of is the thing that I call a mental vitamin. Work-life harmony is not a ticket for you to mess all of your schedules, because I believe a balanced daily routine is very, very important. Aside from the working from home, you should also take the mental vitamin, which is the quality family time, and also the me time. I cannot stress out how important it is to put aside a time for you, for yourself, doing a me time, to do something that totally unrelated with the social life and your professional life. You can even watch a movie, do your hobbies, playing musical instrument and other things, because this is very, very important for your health. A healthy body will make it is easier for you to maintain a good mental health. And yes, based on the research, during the prolonged working from home, it can have a bad repercussion of your mental health. So that's why you need to focus and be aware of this one. When you put a good exercise of the work-life harmony, you should be able to know yourself more. And then my advice is you should not ponder on what things that has been missing from you now, which is a lot, but you should focus on what areas that you have in front of you and embrace it, embrace the new normal. And then maybe to close this one, I'll give you one question that you should ponder on. Will you be able to act like a maestro who conduct a different part of life to create a beautiful symphony? Thank you.
Really great insight from you. Dr. Irvan Arief, thank you again for your time and support to Monash Connections for Change.
My pleasure. I hope it helped and you can learn something from today.